Okay, I'm trying to document everything that's going on in the city, well, for the past 16 years. So this is the altercation today at where I'm working. It's called Casa Teresa. It's called the Brasa. It's at International Square and it's a lunch place. So, it's not a sit down, it's just a counter and we take orders and then it's takeout. So, I mean, these kids have just been really pushing my buttons for a long time. I mean, they all get together and bully and just, denigrate me and insult me all the time and stuff because what they want is, that I go around and do all the work, which is what I do, maintain the inventory, stock everything, make sure while they're sitting on their phones and amusing themselves. I mean, this is age old, how you get everybody to, you get a bunch of bullies together, and then you got the other person running around that they're bullying to get everything done. I mean, mother's seen this. So anyway, the thing was apparently, so this was at a woman placed the order at 12:04. This is November 20th, 12:04. For it's called parrillada, a tray. It's a platter with uh, protein and vegetables. Okay, so anyway, so she places it 12:04. Then she comes to me. Where's that one? It was here. Oh, here it is. Um, at 12:30:02, as I printed out the little check. I had to reprint the order, and he says, "No, you made a mistake, and you put in another 4, and that already went, and it's your fault, and you better be careful." Like, better be careful. I mean, mistakes happen, and we were really, really busy. I mean, here's I did all of the printout of all of the stuff that went through between those two things. The show, no, there was not another number 4 in there, but you better be careful. I mean, what the frick is that? Mistakes happen, and it's not, you know, jumping on somebody to try and find somebody to blame for your errors, because he's done this to me before, and I pull out and I've gotten the proof. And I'm like, okay, so no, it's 12:30. I'm like, no, I've got no other number 4s. The next number 4 comes is 12:36 because he got this one out, and then the number 4 came back to me, and so I sent it out again. So as soon as we finish, I'm like, excuse me, mistakes happen. That's not the problem here. The problem here is you come to me when it's your mistake, blaming me. As I say, it's boom, 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 and we're busy. We're not going to stop and try and figure it out then. But at the end, I come to you and I say, excuse me, here's the proof. Here's the one that came out at this time. Here's the check that the lady came with the date, with the time on it. And here's the next number 4. And you can go through the records within the system and here are the printouts. There's no other number 4. I'm sorry. It was not my mistake. So, you attacking me saying that I better be careful. First, are you threatening me? Like you're going to go to management and try and get me fired? Because that's what's been going on in the past. Oh, Lord, I've been fired for something less than this. I mean, everything is completely out of control. He just takes it. He goes, and I said, excuse me, look, there's your proof. What, do you think I'm going to take this and I'm going to receive a ticket and just throw it in the trash? I said, I wasn't accusing you of that. I don't know what happened. All I'm saying is here, this was not my mistake, and I would appreciate it if you not come and attack me trying to blame somebody for an error that you made. Errors happen. That is not a big deal. Now, of course, you want to minimize that. Keep on tripping over the same stone like everybody in this town been doing for the past 150 years or more. Well, that's a problem. But mistakes happen. Don't go around jumping down somebody's throat trying to find a scapegoat because you don't want to admit that you have any errors. Oh, and then I loved this one. Then he changed the subject because I knew he's coming on out with that one, so I printed those out. Yeah. So I had an order. A gentleman comes and he wants side vegetable eggplant, 106. His friend is just behind him, and there was a confusion. I don't know if I misunderstood, if it was him, if, who misunderstood the zucchini, the eggplant. I mean, it was a misunderstanding. Then, I'm talking to these guys and he goes, 2 orders. I'm like, okay. And he says, put it in the same box. I'm like, you want it in the same box with your friend? That's what I was confused about. And that's how I got distracted. Like, of course, we're going to put 2 orders in the same box. So anyway, I'm getting distracted and I put vegetable, but I understood he wanted a eggplant. And, I even said, oh, you guys really like our eggplant. I don't know. He said, I said zucchini. As I say, I'm not sure. I couldn't swear under oath whether I said zucchini, eggplant, whatever. As I say again, these are errors that happen. Make me, okay, our fault, excuse me, my fault, my fault. I'm the one who entered it in. I'm the one who didn't put as I say, a confusion, my mistake. I admitted to it right away. I said, sorry, my mistake. Can we just get another order of vegetables for this gentleman? But then, you know, when I'm showing him, usually this is, oh, well, what about you with your vegetables? And you made the mistake there. I said, yeah, I made a mistake. I owned it. Why is it so hard? Well, I know the answer, but to own up when you've made a mistake. Now, this comes into faulty child rearing, where, walking on pins and needles with kids who aren't allowed to make any errors. Because if they do, somebody's going to jump down their throat. Kids need to make errors. Everybody is going to make errors. That's how we learn. But this is just out of control. And what is absolutely ludicrous is in a city with more lawyers than I think any other city in the entire world, I can't find one who's going to challenge this. And this is not, just isolated. And this has been going on. I've been back for 16 years. And this is going on everywhere I work. IMF Family Association, 2009, 2011. IMF Institute for Capacity Development, 2011 to 2015. Second time I'm illegally fired. Can't find a lawyer. Oh, what about the women's rights? Oh, shouldn't we have women, all over this? I know. See, you men have really been gaslit like you can't believe. Because all of your little feminist friends, having it all, women's rights champions, letting them in the workplace and everything like that, those women are really stabbing you in the back. I mean, the women over at IMF, Sharmini Curry, Olivia Graham, Gita Ravindra, Olivia Blanchard was in that. No, not Olivia Blanchard, Olivia Graham. Blanchard, that's before that. That's 2002, head of research. And then there's Kalpana Kochar, who's in that, Mark Plant at the head of HR over there. Adrian Thapa, Manal Fuad, Anna Day. Oh, there's so many. See all of this is a perfect case study with ICD under Sharmini Curry, how, you know, that was maintained, this bullying network and this bullying, and then all of the men who are the deputy directors who are walking around who don't, you know, who just want to cash it. Nobody at the IMF or World Bank or UN care anything about except cashing in their paychecks and pensions, getting their kids into the best schools in the United States, you know, and tuition reimbursement anywhere they can, anywhere, you know, give me more money while they're leading the world off a cliff. Um, so you know, these guys, Dominique Desroid, he's now the head of ICD. He's going to have to be held responsible. But then all of the other, there was Gert Schwartz, Andrew Berg, Alan MacArthur, uh, let's see, Mike, what was that? Mark Lewis, Robert Powell, Mark Quentin, tons and tons and tons. Now, these people need to be held to account because not only were they, you know, degrading the workers' rights in the United States, all of the Institute for Capacity Development has just been training treasury departments and central banks around the world to follow what the American Fed and the European central banks of injecting, you know, they've set it all up. I mean, this is, you know, with the development, we got financial inclusion. Let's, you know, develop these countries, financial inclusion. So you get everybody into the banking system. The banking systems are corrupt and high risk, high yield, high risk, high yield. And this is how they funnel the money to the top. So you get all of these countries following the lead. And so you get all of the you know, concentration and more concentration of wealth. And you develop the country by putting a dam where it's not helping anybody but damaging the environment, you know, lots of shopping malls and highways and freeways and ivory luxury towers and Louis Vuitton and, you know, luxury living like the American dream. And so, you know, they've been pushing that. And then, so what ICD is doing is then training all of the central banks to do like the Americans and keep on injecting artificial money, you know, paper money that's not backed, into economies. So the bubble gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, you don't have to be an Einstein to figure out that someday this is going to collapse. Yeah, like with a balloon, you keep on pumping, you know, more and more and more air into it. And and you know, I mean, the economists and everybody in Washington, oh yeah, but the economists will come back. Yes. Yeah, but in the meantime, you and all your cronies are gonna have to go to jail. Yeah, the economies will come back, but you're gonna have to be held to account. So anyway, it boggles the mind how, you know, how much criminality is going on in this city everywhere you turn, everywhere. None of the lawyers or the politicians. And as soon as I finish this letter for this is from Cobham Hall, it's Princess Antonia of Prussia. Now, this is the Saxe Coburg and Gotha family. Um, you know, she's buddy with King Charles. And I'm like, well, tell King Charles to read the letter that I sent him in 2018. You guys are going down the same road for the same reasons. Then, as soon as I finished that, because her cousin, a distant cousin, but it does go back to Queen Victoria and that whole line. I'm like, all of you Queen Victoria, you know, prince and princesses and everything like that, even if you lost your throne, you better wake up and smell the coffee because you're gonna you guys are gonna be the Marie Antoinettes again. Um I mean, Tsarina, Nicholas and Alexandra. I mean, that's part of that family. Marie Antoinette, that's another branch, but another dynasty, but same bag of worms. So anyway, her cousin is in Louisiana. Like, yeah, Louisiana has flipped for the Democrats because of people like the Boggs, the Johnstons here in town, Bennett Johnston, who I work for, been ignoring me. The Boggs over at Squire Patton Boggs, I mean, those are the biggest lobbyists in this town, Democrat stalwart. Um, but then, oh, let's see, I think John Bonar is over there. See, it's not just the Dems, the Republicans over there as well. Then there's the Bro, John Bro. But then in Louisiana, you also have the Edwin Edwards family, the Huey Long family. There's the Ellender family I saw in there. Um, Landrew's back there. Yeah, both in the state and in Washington, the Democrats hung them out to dry, but they wouldn't have been able to do that if all of the ruling elite people that I know, including my cousins from Louisiana, the Broussards and the Scallons, had not been turning a blind eye and too busy cashing in on the injection of the selling their state out to the petroleum oligarchs. You know, the Democrats, the senators, at the federal level or at the state level, they wouldn't have been able to get away with everything that they have for all of these years. So now I already sent an email to Senator Kennedy from Louisiana. Huh. I haven't gotten a response. Even I called his office and I said, please, could you respond? I have not yet received a response. That was over a month ago. But now all congressional and the House and the Senate are Republicans, except for one congressional member. Now, they better take action. And this is what the cousin of this, the royal family who's there. That's Richard and Keith Tobin and Beverly. What is it? I forget the sister's name. Stand up. All you got to do is start shaming these people in this town, well, in this state, because they should be ashamed of themselves. I mean, New Orleans is part of the Louisiana patrimony. It's become a third world. It's completely trashed. Lord, get us through this. Please. So anyway, just documenting other shit. Oh, God, so tired. People in this town.